My name is Ragat. Welcome back my channel Health Fitness 1047. Here is the episode new. Follow me.
One. Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul press conference highlights. Problem child, goads, Iron Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are set to fight at AT&T Stadium. With Paul showcasing his confidence at a press conference by wearing diamond-spiked ear covers, referencing Tyson's infamous ear-biting incident with Evander Holyfield. While Paul was flamboyant in his appearance and demeanor, Tyson appeared increasingly disengaged and did not respond to Paul's taunts. The press conference, live-streamed by Netflix, highlighted the contrasting styles of the two fighters as they prepare for their upcoming bout. 2. Will Aaron Rodgers retire? Jets QB tells reporters he plans to play in 2025. Aaron Rodgers was expected to lead the Jets to a Super Bowl, but instead, the team remains mired in disappointment. Continuing a long history of struggles since their last championship in 1969. Unlike other quarterbacks like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, Rodgers has not been able to turn the franchise around, which has seen only 5 winning seasons in his 20-year career. As the Jets face a potential 9th consecutive losing season, the focus has shifted from aspirations of success to concerns about how poorly they might perform. With Rodgers aging, his future in the league is uncertain. But it seems he will remain with the Jets for at least another year despite the team's ongoing challenges. 3. High-scoring night in NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo explodes for 59. Victor Wembanyama for 50 in a notable night for NBA scoring. Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks achieved his 9th career 50-point game with a remarkable 59-point, 14-rebound, and 7-assist performance, leading his team to a 127-120 overtime victory against the Detroit Pistons. Meanwhile, Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs scored 50 points for the first time in his career, contributing to a 139-130 win over the Washington Wizards. This event marked only the 24th occurrence of multiple players scoring 50 points on the same day in regular season history, highlighting a significant night in the league. Additionally, the Spurs announced that Hall of Fame coach Greg Popovich had suffered a mild stroke earlier in November. 4. Does the NFL have a special teams bias when hiring head coaches? History indicates it does. Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh has expressed confusion over the NFL's hiring practices, particularly the rarity of special teams coordinators being promoted to head coach positions. Despite the New Orleans Saints recently appointing their special teams coordinator, Darren Rizzi, as interim head coach, only 2 special teams coordinators have ever been hired as non-interim head coaches in NFL history. This trend suggests a potential bias in the hiring process, as team owners often prefer candidates who fit a specific profile, typically white and dynamic play callers, despite these traits not being reliable indicators of coaching success. Harbaugh had hoped that his own success would pave the way for more diverse hiring in the league. 5. Caitlin Clark-Shanks' tee shot nearly hits fans at LPGA's The Annika Pro-Am. Caitlin Clark, a top basketball shooter and WNBA star, participated in the Pro-Am of the LPGA's the Annika tournament but had a mishap while golfing at the Pelican Golf Club in Florida. She shanked a shot that nearly hit spectators, prompting laughter and a sheepish apology from her. Fortunately, no one was injured, and despite her goal of avoiding hitting anyone, she narrowly succeeded. The incident highlighted her human side, even as she continues to excel in basketball. 6. Homes of Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce targeted by burglars in early October. The homes of Kansas City Chiefs players Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce were burglarized within 48 hours of each other. The incidents occurred just before a game against the New Orleans Saints on October 7, when the Chiefs improved their record to 5-0. Mahomes' home was reported to the police by his security team around midnight on October 6, with the Cass County Sheriff's Office labeling it as a burglary, breaking and entering, and noting it as an ongoing investigation. There were no signs of forced entry at Mahomes' residence. Mahomes expressed his frustration and disappointment regarding the situation. 7. Deion Sanders says he would prevent Shedeur Sanders from going to wrong team in NFL Draft. The 2024 season for Colorado football feels conclusive, as quarterback Shedeur Sanders will be out of eligibility soon, and Travis Hunter is likely heading to the NFL. Coach Deion Sanders expressed his intention to influence his son's NFL career, stating he would intervene privately if a team he deems unsuitable tries to draft Shedeur in 2025. He emphasized his ongoing role as a father in both Shedeur's and Travis's careers. Shedeur is considered. 8. Where is College Game Day for Week 12? Location. What to know for ESPN show Georgia's football season is at a critical juncture as the 7-2 Bulldogs prepare to host the 8-1 Tennessee Volunteers on Saturday. This SEC matchup is significant, especially after Georgia's recent 28-10 loss to Mississippi, which dropped them to number 12 in the college football playoff rankings and out of the projected playoff bracket. The Bulldogs need a win to remain in contention, while Tennessee, ranked number 7, is coming off a victory against Mississippi State. ESPN's College Game Day will be covering this game live from the University of Georgia's Myers Quad, marking the second consecutive week the show focuses on an SEC matchup. 9. Georgia remains part of college football playoff bracket projection despite loss. Georgia is expected to recover from their recent loss to Mississippi and secure a spot in the college football playoff as an at-large team, which would eliminate Tennessee and allow the Rebels to enter the 12-team field. Georgia's upcoming game against Tennessee is crucial for both teams. Although Georgia and the Rebels would have the same record, the Rebels would advance due to their head-to-head result against Georgia. Meanwhile, Texas has emerged as the SEC favorite despite not having beaten a ranked opponent yet, with their final game against Texas A&M being significant for playoff implications. In the ACC, Miami remains in the top position despite a loss to Georgia Tech, 10. College Football Fix podcast addresses curious CFP rankings and previews Week 12. The College Football Playoff Committee released its second rankings, sparking debate over the emphasis on wins versus schedule strength. Georgia fell to number 12 after losing to Mississippi, marking their second loss to a top 11 team, despite having a win against one-loss Texas, which rose to number 3 without any wins against top 25 teams. Miami, after losing to unranked Georgia Tech, dropped only 5 spots to number 9. This situation highlights the challenge the committee faces in differentiating teams with similar records and varying schedules. Meanwhile, Colorado is in a strong position to make the playoffs if they win their remaining games, while LSU faced a setback against Alabama, 11. Mike Tomlin's widely questioned QB switch to Russell Wilson has quieted Steelers critics. Pittsburgh Steelers coach Mike Tomlin recently addressed a question comparing rookie Jaden Daniels to Lamar Jackson, a multi-time NFL MVP. Tomlin emphasized the importance of not hastily making such comparisons, highlighting Jackson's accomplishments and expressing respect for him ahead of their upcoming game. This respect extends to Tomlin's own quarterback, Russell Wilson, whose revival contrasts with the treatment he received from Sean Payton in Denver last season. Tomlin's support for Wilson is a key factor in the quarterback's resurgence. 12. Caitlin Clark's gold Nike golf shoes turned heads at the Annika LPGA Pro-Am. Caitlin Clark made a splash at the Annika driven by Gainbridge Pro-Am in Bel Air, Florida, showcasing her custom Nike Infinity Tour 2 golf shoes with shiny gold soles. Arriving just 18 minutes before her tee time, she drew attention with her flashy footwear. Clark, a WNBA star, enjoyed playing alongside world number 1 Nelly Korda and tournament host Annika Sorenstam, expressing her excitement about the experience and the opportunity to learn from top players. 13. NHL Tracker. Buffalo Sabres claim goalie James Reimer off waivers. The NHL season is underway with 4 trades and player extensions, including those of Jake Oettinger and Alexis Lafreniere. Key players like Igor Shesterkin and Mitch Marner are still eligible for extensions. As teams prepare for Stanley Cup runs, important dates to note include the holiday roster freeze in December, the Four Nations face-off break in February, and the trade deadline in early March. Recently, the Buffalo Sabres claimed goalie James Reimer off waivers, marking his return after a brief stint with the Anaheim Ducks. 14. At age 44, Rich Hill's baseball odyssey continues, now with Team USA. Rich Hill, at 44 years old, is playing for Team USA in the Premier 12 International Baseball Tournament, where he is one of the oldest players among a team of younger prospects. He is set to start in their crucial final Group A game against Mexico, with the chance to qualify for the Super Round and compete for a medal in Tokyo. Hill, who has never won a World Series, expresses his desire to win a gold medal.